guys, welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and in today's video I'm going to attempt to make a bloodied, bruised knuckle thing. So I talked about it previously about this intrigue with like special effects makeup and stuff, and so I thought it'd be really smart to start small. And I'm going to do I'm going to make fake blood, and I'm going to use some makeup and some brushes and stuff and attempt to make my knuckles look like I just beat the hell out of somebody. And I'll post the link to the recipe. So the only stuff, it's only a couple of ingredients. It's corn syrup, which you probably knew if you've seen Scream. A teaspoon and a half a teaspoon measuring. Red food coloring, blue food coloring, a whisk that I don't know if it's even going to mix like I need it to because I've never done this before, and flour. So full disclosure, I have never made fake blood, and I've never attempted horror makeup or effects or of any kind. So this is either going to be a horrible fail or maybe I'll be successful. So we're going to see how this goes. Let me pull up my my little recipe here. I did end up buying a different set of brushes to do this kind of stuff because my stuff for my real makeup is kind of pricey, so I'm not trying to use it. And then I took two eyeshadow palettes I don't really use. One has some earth tones in it, so like the browns and neutrals and green, a little bit of blue, and then this other one that's kind of falling apart because it's been dropped a lot, has like also some blue and earthy tones. I mostly grabbed it for the kind of gray, the gray brown and the blue that's in there. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It's probably going to be horrible. And I did grab a setting spray. I don't even know if this is how you're supposed to do it. I'm not following a tutorial. I'm just going to wing it. But this is a spray that you use after you do your makeup. But I'm going to spray it on my skin to make my skin kind of tacky, to help the blood kind of stick a little bit better. My hands are really soft. Also, do you like my apron? I made it. Okay. So yeah, so let me move this out of the way first. Okay. So it says, let's see, a teaspoon of flour. I'll prop this up somewhere where I can read it. This flour's gonna make a mess. I'm just, okay. Teaspoon of flour. This shit is going to go everywhere. I hate flour. We're just going to go like this because I can vacuum. I don't want it to get at my computer and stuff. Okay. So, a teaspoon of flour. I know I got this giant ass bowl, but in my defense, I didn't want to use one of my bowls that I eat out of. So, here we are. All right, so there's that. Half a teaspoon of the red food coloring, which has not been opened, so I probably have to pull a little thing off. Make a lot of sugar cookies and stuff with elaborate decorative things on them, so the my food coloring stuff is a little outdated in terms of the basic colors that everybody uses. Okay, this is half a teaspoon, yes. So half a teaspoon of the red. Okay. I'm going to try to dump it as close to this as I can get it. I can't lift it any higher. It's going to make a mess. Ugh. That actually kind of made like a neat effect. Okay. And then 1 full tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons of the corn syrup. So fun fact, I actually have been trying to film this for like 3 days, and I kept forgetting that it's corn syrup and not cornstarch. So that's my life. And I didn't even have the stuff to make my own. Okay, what did I say? I forgot already. 1 full tablespoon, which is 3 of these. Yeah. It also doesn't explicitly say that you have to use light or dark. I assume it doesn't matter. Yeah, lift and peel my ass. It's okay, I've got scissors. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Udemy, but Udemy has courses that you can take, online courses and stuff. Some of them are certifications, some of them aren't, but you can take stuff on there. And one of the things that came up the other day as suggested for me, because my technology is always listening. So yeah, so Udemy has a special effects course that you can take that, you know, just to kind of learn some tricks of the trade that I've contemplated taking, because apparently the girl that's in it, or I mean, not that's in it, that teaches it, this stuff is so gross, is, you know, kind of a big deal. She's worked with a lot of people in the industry and that sort of thing. I think it's just like one drop of blue, single solitary drop of blue to help darken the color. One. And I'm going to use this little baby spoon. Well, I guess I could use the wicks. The whisk. So that's our mixture. Yum. That's pretty good. I'm going to turn this little light on here so you can see it in theory. What happened? Okay. Anyway. Get this out of the way. Okay. So, that's our blood. I'm kind of impressed. I watched a YouTube video. That's where I got these from, or this from. And I remember watching it make it, and I was like, yeah, but you know when you make something, how it like never works out the way it did for the person that you're learning it from. Let's close the red food coloring before I drop it everywhere, because that would be pretty part of the course. Okay, so I guess the question is, logically, do we do the makeup or the blood first? Probably the makeup, right? Because the blood is gonna kind of go everywhere, and we don't really want that to like smear the makeup. Oh, for Pete, there we go. I absolutely, you guys are right. I absolutely could have done all of this before I started filming, but here we are, living the dream. What a bitch. Okay. I don't think I need anything crazy, so I'm just going to take like, maybe like this brush, and I'll take like a little baby one. Okay. We'll see where we land. So I'm just going to use these two brushes. Kind of a little one like that, and then a little pointer one like that. Okay. I'm actually going to use probably a spoon or my whisk to do the actual blood dripping. So let's see. Let's start with our nude colors. See what we come up with. Is so stupid. They're all shiny. I can't have glitter bruises. I guess I couldn't see the. Okay, these don't have glitter in them. This will be perfect. Okay. So like, I'm gonna do this part, I guess. So if I'm hit, I guess we're gonna just like kind of I forgot to do my spray. I have the fan on because I'm warm. Smells like, I don't know. Well, I already got my bruises looking kind of okay. So I'm just taking this like brown, it's like a, it's like a brown gray color, this bottom one, right here. And I'm just gonna kind of like dab it on like the bulk of my elbows. I swear I'm not drunk. Like I'm just really tired. Okay. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this teal color that is like, holy shit. Lots of fallout always. I'm just gonna kind of add it in to my knuckles, just like a little bit there. Just gonna lightly add the blue coloration on my knuckles. And then I'm gonna kind of push down my bruising a little. Look, right now they just kind of look dirty, but I think once I add the blood, it'll be a little more obvious what they're supposed to be like. They just look brown right now. Yeah, a little bit of this like orangey color. Let's see what that does. So yeah, I'm just kind of going back and forth with the mauve color, the brown gray color, the blue, and a little bit of this orangey color, which I think is actually working okay. Starting to look a little bruised up there. Super intimidating, I know. Okay, so how do we want to do the blood? I actually might just use a brush instead, because I feel like that did a pretty good job of making my knuckles look banged up a little bit. Because I need this to kind of like drip, like. Come on. What? I'm just kind of dripping it down my hand. If I can get enough on here to drip. There we go. Drip. I know, if you saw me on the streets, you'd be scared, right? I'm going to mix it in, but I just wanted to see with that. Okay. So I think the other thing that you can do probably, and this is just a guess here. I'm trying to think of what I can put this in. And you just cut. I'm gonna pour water in it. Okay. All right, so my assumption is going to be that if I add water to this kind of like sticky situation, I should be able to get it to run maybe like a little bit more. There we go. Oh, I got blood on my arm. All right, so this is what I'm working with right now. So my intention is to make it look a little bit more realistic, which I think the water is helping it at least run a little bit. Like I know you're trying to get the color and stuff. There we go. Okay, and then I think the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to punch this paper towel, sort of, and see if it leaves like an imprint of like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm a professional, clearly. I'm just going to hold the paper towel and just punch it. Yeah, so that made it, yeah, that kind of did what I wanted it to. And then I'm just going to go back in with my water and my blood brush, and I'm going to go back down. This stuff is so thick. So I think in terms of getting it to run, what I would do is I would probably lessen the corn syrup, right? I would lessen the corn syrup enough to get it to a consistency where it'll run a little bit more. That's too much run. Cannot find a happy medium with this stuff. Okay. Well, you know. I'm just playing with it to see how far I can get it to kind of go. I think I messed up the bottom of it, which is why it looks so weird to me right now. The bottom of it is like a not good smear. I don't know. I'm gonna take my brush, and I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, I think. I have a black, but the problem with the black is that it's kind of like sparkly, and I don't want it to be sparkly. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of the, you know. Yeah, you definitely want to do your bruising first, because as soon as the brush touches the blood, it like messes up the look that you're going for. So I'm just kind of like adding color around it. I'm trying not to touch it. Okay. I don't know, it could be better, but I think it's okay for my first time. Well, we have all this blood. We might as well play in it, right? Might as well see what we can come up with. Boop. Cool. Well, I mean, it kind of looks like I punched somebody. Maybe like a werewolf. I feel like maybe the other thing that would help too is if I did some on the other side. Like, there's stuff is so thick, and it seems to kind of, oh, that's too much. Well, I don't know. I kind of like it, the way that it looks, actually. Let me add some water. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. That's a really easy mix idea. Like, most of that stuff, unless you're me, I feel like a lot of people would have kind of floating around. But yeah, so I used a couple different color eyeshadows. There's a couple of ingredients, and I mean, that's probably pretty effective in terms of Halloween, maybe. I mean, you're definitely not going to get paid to work on a zombie movie making blood like this, but it's got to be close. I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm looking in the camera so I can see where I'm supposed to go with my hand. So yeah, so that is my not tutorial on how to make fake blood and do a messed up hand. I intend to do something with, you know, skin pieces and prosthetics and stuff like that, but it's definitely a skill and it's definitely a talent. And to be honest, I've never done it before. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it. So it would definitely be a learning curve. However, I think that it can make for some really fun things. And I may or may not take the class. I haven't fully decided. But, you know, let me know what you think of my, my hand. I think it turned out okay. Could be worse. That is a really good recipe for fake blood. I found a couple that I could tell I was like, oh, that's a really good one. I'll link the YouTube video for this guy's recipe as well. And I guess, you know, just play with it yourself. If you've done fake blood, I want to see what it looks like. How did you make it? Did you do it the same way? Did you use other ingredients? That's pretty tried and true, I think. I would probably make it again like that. It even kind of like, because it's sticky, it even kind of like webs like real blood. I don't know. It was kind of cool to me. Anyway, okay. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying your week. Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday. And I will see you in the next one.